So, last we spoke, we left our boys in a bit of a bind. After heading out from Freya on their mission to investigate the ruins outside the island's border, our boys made a friend, if you can call him that just yet, in Kirit, a human man, also on a mission to solve the mysteries of this abandoned land and curry favor with the guardian Oberon. Together, they explored the tunnels beneath the rotten mud above. It's a bad time for Kian to lose his night vision, and Aylin's no help in solving the issue, but they carried on. The journey was put on pause when they came across an expansive flooded passageway. These boys have developed a fear of water, I think. They clumsily made their way across to the lever that drained out the tunnels for them, revealing some strange alcoves with a meaning unclear to the boys. So, in the dark, they moved forward and found a cavern stretching so far above they may as well be looking up at the sky. They found some buildings as well, arranged an awful lot like Paradise Prison. Henry was rather quiet during all this. And then, maybe most important of all, they found a beholder. Rowan runs forward, activates his sword, which bursts into flame, and for a moment, those of you who cannot see in the dark see quite clearly as he slashes down across the body of this monster, and does an amazing job, probably, because he's Rowan and he's good at everything.
Go, babe, get him.
One of the black, shadowy tentacles that have risen from this thing just falls to the ground and writhes a bit, sort of like a snake, as it is removed from the body of the beholder. Rowan jumps to the side a little bit to make room for Henry, who's standing behind him. And Kirit, it's your turn.
Kirit is already raging, so he's going to run up and make a two-handed spear attack. Let's go reckless.
Oh, those were both really sad.
Yeah. Wow. That is a 16 to hit.
16, unfortunately, does not hit.
He's gonna go in with the extra attack, again reckless. What's math? 23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna get it.
Yep.
Do you think we're panicking? Just a little.
10 piercing damage.
Can you please make a wisdom saving throw, Kirit?
Sure. Okay, that would be proficiency, so that would be 8.
Kirit, in the place where Rowan just cut off one of these eye stalks, another one grows and looks right at you, and you are filled with a cold sense of fear. On your next turn, you are going to be frightened and run away.
It's going great, you guys.
Henry.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Henry move back as well, away from the wall, towards the other boys. And then let's go in for the attack. It's 27.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
So that's 11 piercing damage for the first shot. I'll have him do the second attack as well. That doesn't hit.
You lose one of your arrows into the body of the thing. The second one just clatters to the wall behind it. Henry, can you please make a dex saving throw?
You just made such a face at your DM screen. I think you want to roll high.
That's a nat 1.
Don't worry, you'll be fine. You fire these 2 arrows. You see one clatter to the ground, and the sound of it sort of distracts you. You turn away. And when you try to turn back, you can't move your head. And you are frozen to the spot. Anyone who sees Henry right now notices the fingertips of the gloves have taken on a whitish hue. Ox, it's your turn.
Oh, no.
God damn it, and I'm between 2 of my stupid boys. God damn it.
Fuck, man.
I am gonna have Ox fire the pepper box twice. That's 28 for the first one to hit.
That'll do it.
It's 9 damage on the first one, and the second hit, that would be a nat 1.
That's a misfire.
I do have to spend an action repairing it.
If you guys are okay with this, because it already punishes you for a natural one, like, does it feel like I'm favoring Ox if I don't add additional punishment to it?
No, that's
fine. Roll a Constitution saving throw, please, Ox.
15.
How many fucking legendary actions does this thing get?
You move to start to fix your gun. It's like your joints have frozen in place, and you are stuck in your shooting position. Virgil, it's your turn.
Remind me, I know I can only do action or bonus. What does it do to my speed? I am exactly one.
Your
too
speed
many-
is halved for 1 minute.
Shit, fuck. I am exactly 1 square further. Okay. He activates his blade song to up his movement, and that's a bonus, so that is his whole turn, and he will move up between Kieran and Rowan to get into melee with it.
Does a nat 20 hit you, Virgil?
Oh. I would say that yes, it does, Dad.
Okay. I don't have enough dice for this, so let me just...
You know.
Virgil, you take 26 points of piercing damage as a maw opens in the middle of this thing, and you don't see teeth, but you feel them as it clamps onto your shoulder and rips away at your cloak.
Okay, it bites.
Kian, it's your turn.
So do I have disadvantage because I can't ski if I stay where I am?
You do, yes.
Rowan, how much does Rowan's sword give off light, or is it not enough to see by?
Not enough to see by.
Also, Kira still had the light.
Oh, that's
And
right.
I'm in melee with it.
Okay, then yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
So I'm gonna blast it. Does a 19 hit?
It does?
And then I got a nat 1 for the second.
No.
Okay, roll damage for both.
Yeah. 9 points for the hit against the beholder, and 7 for the second one.
So one of your blasts goes right to it, but you are aiming towards where you can see this light, and Kira, you stagger slightly as you are hit from behind with a Eldritch Blast, and you take 3 points of damage.
So just to clarify, I don't get like a repeated save for slow, do I? I'm just fucked. I'm just here.
Oh, yeah, I should see if you... Yes, you can try.
Huh.
Yes, try to escape.
Dex save. Natural 20.
Excellent. Virgil, you break free of this sluggishness affecting you. Okay. Rowan leaps forward again and slashes twice across this thing. More of those tentacles like fall and writhe on the ground. You sort of feel like you're standing in like a pit of snakes at this point. More tentacles take the place of the ones that fall. One of them is going to turn to Rowan.
Well, Rowan, you're good at that, right?
Not good enough. Oh, God. Okay.
Okay.
We're all gonna die here, you guys. It's fine.
Roll 8 times.
What?
It's not going to do the math for me? Are you serious? Okay.
Beyond.
9 plus 7 is 16, plus 8 is 24, 25.
Hey, what the fuck?
28,
Are you disintegrating him?
35, 42.
He's fine, right? He's fine. He has hit points. A lot of them.
I fucking hope.
Quickly, eye stalks take the place of the ones that Rowan cuts off, and they all turn to him. He lets out a cry of pain, but stands in place. He doesn't fall. You can see the shape of his veins beneath his skin, up from like beneath his collar, blackened.
Okay.
Kira, you're afraid.
Kirit is going to make 2 reckless attacks to negate the disadvantage from frightened.
Nice.
So they will just be straight rolls. 19 to hit,
That hits.
12 piercing damage, and then 10 to hit.
That one does not hit.
Yeah.
And then you can roll to escape the
Oh, yeah.
fear as well.
7.
That's not gonna do it.
Since he can't move, he can't do anything.
Oh, that's
Frozen.
right. You're all fucked up.
Maybe you're not
So
totally
you are not totally frozen right now. You can barely move your arms if you try.
I'm still in range.
And your roll will have a disadvantage.
Let's see. The first one is a dirty 20. 14 piercing damage to the first one. 25 piercing damage to the second one.
It does not look happy.
He'd like to break out of the bullshit.
I bet you would. Please roll a dexterity saving throw.
13.
Oh no, you guys.
Henry, the color spreads up your arms with a terrifying speed. You're not going to be able to attack on your next turn. Kian, I know you love it when we speak of Kian.
Yeah.
Will you please make a wisdom saving throw?
This just seems rude. Oh. Yeah, that's a 3.
Kian, as you prepare for the next attack, you're standing next to Ox. Ox, you just hear like a thump as Kian just falls to the ground. You are unconscious.
What?
Whose turn is it? Who just went?
It's awkward.
It's Ox's turn.
Ox, it's your turn.
Maybe he's just asleep.
Ox is also frozen. Is that gonna be Dex or Con?
Con.
That's a 25.
You just managed to like pull yourself from this magical effect and can move again. That is your whole turn, though. Virgil.
Yeah, he's just gonna go with what he is good at, and he is going to slash this thing across whatever eyes he sees. I have advantage on these?
Yes.
Okay. So 22 on the first one,
That hits.
15 on the second one.
That does not hit.
The first slash will hit with sort of a blinding radiant light, and when his sword draws away, there's what looks like either a sun or a flower or some magical sigil carved into the side of this thing. I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid right now. 12 slashing and 5 cold, and then an additional 3 psychic from the sigil. That just sort of flares as he draws away.
As it
And
does so, the hole in its body that you have now learned is its mouth opens wide like it is going to scream, but you don't hear any sound.
that's awful. Okay. As a bonus, he will reach out and try and freeze this thing.
Okay?
And I would love you to make a strength save for me.
Pretty low.
I would like to amplify it, by the way. I'm so sorry, I should have said that first. The creature is frozen in place. It cannot move, and it can't use reactions. Because it's amplified, it lasts for a minute, and it can make a save at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
The fuck are those?
Father.
Dad?
Papa.
Does a 16 hit you, Virgil?
No, it
Okay.
doesn't.
Virgil, you pull back from this attack against the beholder, and then you feel something just ineffectively hit you across the back. As you turn over your shoulder just to catch a glimpse of it, you see there are 2 creatures standing in this space. They're humanoid in shape, mostly with singular eyes in the centers of their faces. They're small, not a cyclops, not a giant, and their hands and feet end in large claws. It hisses at you.
The fuck?
Okay, and then it's its turn.
Those things at the end of Smog.
Virgil, it tries to chomp down on your shoulder again in the same spot, and you are prepared for this and dodge out of the way. Kian, it's your turn. You are asleep.
Can they roll?
Ox, can you kick him?
Hold on. You're in that white space of your dreams, and you think you see something ahead of you. You're unused to seeing things in the distance here, and it's hard to tell how far away the figure is. But there's something there.
He's gonna walk towards it. Can they get any closer?
Are you walking? Are you running?
Running now.
You pick up speed. It does seem like you're getting closer. It's some sort of creature, not a humanoid. Large, towering over you. And it's hard to make out the shape. It glows brightly as it turns to look at you. It's Rowan's turn.
What the fuck?
Rowan just continues to hack away at it. He's trying to get a little bit distracted by the new creatures that have emerged from the doorway. He misses one attack, but the other slashes across it. He's just gonna fall back.
Do I happen to know what these little things are?
Would you like to roll?
I would love to.
In
If
knowing-
this is Fey, Fiend, or Undead, that I get advantage, but I'm gonna assume I probably don't.
You do.
I do?
16?
18.
19?
8.
None of you have any idea what this is. You've never seen anything like it before. Henry, you rolled a 19?
I rolled an 18.
You rolled an 18. The way they move reminds you of some undead creatures you've seen, the sort of like shambling, broken movements, but the specifics of it are unclear to you. The one that's in the doorway is going to run towards Henry. Slashes at you, Henry, with impressively large claws that would fit a beast more than the humanoid shape that it takes. 17 and 20, 21. 11 slashing damage as it just rips its claws across your chest.
Can I use Hellish Rebuke? Well,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and do it at a 3rd level too, so it's 3d10.
Okay.
On the second slash that this undead creature makes, there is an aggressive flash of very bright white fire that strikes back at it with 30. It's fire.
Good job, Henry.
Henry's pissed.
Henry is fucking pissed.
Well, it might be the last thing he does before he's a statue, so.
It looks fucked up. It is charred. It's still standing, but you did some visual damage on this thing. Yeah, cure it. Wait, no. Yeah, cure it. Can you make a strength saving throw, please?
22.
22 is pretty good. Cure it. There's a second where you almost feel weightless, like the gravity has been reversed or turned off in this room, and you plant your feet firmly on the ground. It's just a curious sensation that comes and goes.
Interesting.
And it's your turn.
The bipedal creature
Yes.
next to me, is that the one that Henry was mad at? No. Then I'm going to keep hitting the beholder. I'm going to make these attacks reckless so that they aren't at disadvantage. 23 to hit, 9 damage. Second one is 24 to hit, 12 piercing damage.
It is starting to look almost bedraggled. The eye stalks are not growing back as quickly anymore. Some of them, when they reform, take the shape of hands instead of eyes and reach out to you, almost desperately reaching for you.
Oh wait, can I make my save?
Yes, make your save.
19.
The anxiety that had just gripped at your chest, you force it to relax, and you're free to move as you please. Unlike Henry. Okay, here's the thing, Henry. You start to notice stone has spread up beneath your clothes. You can't tell how far it has gone. I'm gonna have to make one more save.
25?
You just managed to push yourself to move again, and it's not easy. I'm going to have you remain restrained, but you are able to move your body. It's just incredibly stiff, like you've been frozen. And that's gonna be your turn.
Pick a boy, any boy.
I am. Virgil.
Yes?
No.
No? Damn, not even good enough for the monsters to pick, huh?
Ox. Would you please roll a wisdom saving throw?
8. I am gonna use my point of inspiration on this saving throw. Please, for the love of God. I am asking you.
Okay, but
17.
4 of its eyes turn to you, Ox, and 3 of its hands reach out to you. And for a second you hear someone's voice, and it's familiar, and you think you might know who it is. And then you shake it off. No one said anything. And it's your turn. Kian is lying beside you.
Yeah. Ox glances down at Kian worriedly, reaches out, and then pulls himself back and will look at the creature closest to Henry. He is going to pull out his scimitar and take a few steps closer.
Between it and Kian?
Between it and Henry. I guess, like, Kian is sort of adjacent.
He's there too.
Kian's there too.
Sort of.
That would be 27 to hit. That's 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Its attention turns to you. Virgil, it's your turn.
okay. Oh, I'm sort of pincered between one terrible thing and another, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. Well, he can't go anywhere. So
But you're also between 2 of your friends.
yeah.
You're in tight quarters with friends and enemies here.
Yeah, it's really great. He's surrounded and he is so small. So small. He's gonna focus on the beholder, the bigger target, and he is gonna keep slashing away at that.
You have advantage.
That's an 18. That's a 25 on the second one.
Also hits.
Okay. That's 26 damage on both strikes.
So it's 52 points of damage in all.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's 26 total.
Okay, understood. I was like, damn, okay.
Sexy.
No.
4 bow strikes.
Okay. That's a little more reasonable. All right.
I am first
it,
and foremost a man of reason.
It looks rough. It's starting to look more just like a blob floating in the air than this sort of cephalopod form. Now it's just a blob.
Okay.
You've got an amoeba in front of you instead.
Awesome. He stands his ground.
Please make a dexterity saving throw, Virgil.
Okay. Natural 20.
The remaining eyes all turn to you. It's like the look has a force to it that almost pushes you back, but you stand your ground. It feels like a wall is pushing against you. Kirit, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Why are you giving me the wisdom? What? You know, maybe strength or dex would be nice. Or even con. 12.
Kirit falls to the ground. Please knock Kirit over.
Are we taking notes together?
Ox, please make a dexterity saving throw.
14.
You take 55 points of necrotic damage as all of its eyes turn towards you. You are hit with a similar wall to Virgil, but this one just leaves like a ringing in your ears. You see a trickle of blood running down from Ox's nose and ears.
That would have taken Henry.
I mean,
50 what?
Ox is not looking great right now. He, he
Awesome.
looks pretty fucked up.
Kian, are you still running? You get close enough to see what it is now. It looks like the creature that you see emblazoned on Kara's medallion, a Kirin. It's about double your height and a pure white. It doesn't move. It just watches you. Its tail, tufted, switches back and forth.
Kian will slow down, look up to it. Ever seen you here before? Who are you?
The creature next to Virgil is going to attack. It was supposed to attack earlier, and I forgot to let it take its turn, so I'm going to put it in now.
Fuck me up. It probably has advantage on me because I'm flanked.
Does a nat 20 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like the first one
Yeah.
did.
And does an 18 hit you?
No, he casts shield with his reaction.
You take 14 points of slashing damage. It rips its claws across your back, almost pushing you forward. Rowan's just going to keep on doing what he's been doing because it's been helpful. Rowan slashes at it. He hits both times. The creature almost sinks a little bit in the air as his attacks meet their mark. Then he's going to run around. He's going to take an attack of opportunity, but past Virgil to Kirit.
He might not, but this thing does have to roll another save. Because it won't be able to opportunity attack if it's still cursed by me. It's another strength save.
Bad. So no, it doesn't attack Rowan. Rowan just runs over to Kirit and just reaches down and shakes his shoulder. And Kirit, your eyes open. You're lying on the ground.
There's a beautiful man over you.
Oh.
Rowan looks down at you. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
It's the angry little guy's turn.
Is it my turn?
No.
Oh.
The one-eyed creature, now surrounded by Henry and Ox, is going to slash towards Ox. Its movements are fumbling, clumsy, but one of them manages to hit you, Ox. You take 7 slashing damage.
We are really not looking great, boys.
Wake Kian up. Guess we need that boy.
Ox, will you make a strength saving throw, please?
You're strong, right?
Dirty 20.
You feel a weightlessness almost take hold of you, but you stand strong. Nothing happens. Kirit, there's a beautiful man standing above you.
Virgil looks over and is like, what the fuck?
So he's gonna take the opportunity to cast a spell, actually. I'm gonna target that creature that is...
The Henry one?
That one. Cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. It must succeed a wisdom saving throw.
4.
It perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter.
Kind of horrifying, actually.
Yeah.
It falls prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. And anytime it takes damage, it can make another wisdom saving throw.
Ox and Henry, this thing that was snarling and sort of glaring at you with blood dripping from its claws, suddenly leans back a bit and then falls to its knees, making a sort of strangled, horrific sound that you can't quite place. Henry, it's your turn. You are going to have disadvantage on your attacks. You can't run.
It's been a minute, or at least, well, especially for Henry. He'll nod to Ox. If you wouldn't mind getting this particular creature, he draws his bow, notches an arrow to attack the beholder.
Henry, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you don't say anything.
Damn it. Look what you
You fucking censored Henry!
Do.
Sorry.
That's okay. He still takes a nod over to Ox.
Does he, open his mouth as if to speak?
Henry opens his mouth, but it's just slightly. He's like the Tin Man. There's just a little
Oh, that's not gonna hit at all. 11?
Nope.
22.
It's gonna hit.
20 piercing damage?
Yeah. Your arrow vanishes into this mass of nastiness. Even in your half petrified state, you're still Henry Goodlove. Ox, will you roll another dex saving throw, please?
What if you bully someone else?
How many hit points do you have in all? What is your maximum hit point?
That's not a good
Like
question.
total?
Yeah.
75.
Oh, that's never a good question.
I'm not even remotely close to that.
Ox, you take
We getting a revivify this session, you guys?
Ox, you take 55 points of necrotic damage as the eyes turn to you again. Just silently, with supposedly nothing hitting him, Ox collapses to the ground. He's also covered in the same sort of dark, veiny lines that were creeping up Rowan's neck. Virgil, it's your turn.
Shit. Okay. He sees Ox fall, and he sees Kian still lying there, and Kira is between him and those two, so his form blurs, and it's sort of similar to when you've seen him cast a spell, but he sort of shifts almost out of this plane, and he runs through Kirit to Kian, doing some Ghost Slayer shit.
Sick.
And he is flickering almost half between dimensions, and he will reach down and try and wake Kian.
Do they not get opportunity attacks on you?
They both still will.
Okay. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
It tries to slash at you, but your flickering form dodges out of the way.
He reaches down and just shakes Kian by the shoulder.
Kian, you wake up to a beautiful man right beside you.
He just looks down at you, panicked, and just says, "Help, Ox, help him." And he will turn, and that would have been 5, 10, 15. I'll say that would be closer. Yeah. Did that use my action, Dad? Daddy?
Yes, but you can still do a bonus action.
He'll run over between Ox and the Beholder and just turn to face whatever is left of it and just be a body in the way.
It's your little friend's turn. Now that Virgil has run away, it turns its attention to Kirit. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
22.
It just stares at you and doesn't move, and you look back. Kian, please make a Constitution saving throw.
13.
13. Kian, as you start to try to get back to your feet, you are hit with a force from nowhere and take 37 points of necrotic damage.
Are you resistant?
I'm resistant to necrotic.
Okay, off it. You feel this sickening magic take hold, but you're Linus. You just shrug it off. And it's your turn.
Oh, don't forget, sorry, but to make that check to get out.
Oh,
Yeah,
strength
right.
save from me.
Oh,
Because I'm still
Thank
fucking
you.
its life up. Yeah.
16.
It saves, so
Nice.
the blood curse fades.
Yeah, Kian fucking runs up to Ox. I save. No thanks. I'm gonna use my bonus action to use my healing pool. It looks like just a soft glowing light envelops them.
You place your hands on Ox and summon this magic, and you don't see any glowing light.
Oh no.
And you can feel the gaze of this creature on you as you try to cast.
Oh shit.
That's my bonus action.
Now is this Aelin or is it the Beholder? That's the question.
That's a really good question.
We did get potions passed out.
Yeah, no, I know. Healing potion. He's going to carefully give Ox the healing potion, which is basic, so that is
2d4 plus
2d4.
4, I think.
6 in total. That's
yeah.
an action.
Yeah, I think that's going to be... I think it's Critical Role does drinking it yourself as a bonus action, but giving it to someone else as an action.
Yeah, that makes
I'm
sense.
into doing it like that. You feel Ox start to come to, and it's Rowan's turn. Rowan has moved out of melee from the Beholder, and so he's going to turn to the little creature and slash at that instead. These seem to be significantly, to perhaps your relief, significantly weaker than a Beholder. It hisses in pain as the sword slashes across it. Dodges out of the second attack. The first one leaves it bloodied. Okay, and then the one that is under the effects of Tasha's hideous laughter, it's still on the ground making this bizarre noise that you can't quite understand as laughter.
I don't think it
It is
can.
incapacitated.
I think it's just there,
So I don't believe.
amused. That's a 12.
I'm glad that I can help heal Ox, but also I want to dream more of this dream so bad.
A 12 is
Parker.
not 16.
It remains there, and it's your turn, Kirit.
It's looking somewhat rough, but it's not looking like it's about to go any minute, is it?
If you get a good hit in, you think it might. More and more of the eyes are reforming as these hands that are reaching out to you.
Kirit is going to cast Firebolt.
Can you do that when you're
Might be disadvantage.
in melee?
I think so.
Kirit's going to enter another rage, and he is going to make another attack with a spear against the Beholder. He's going to make that reckless.
You're standing back to back with Rowan while he takes on this one-eyed thing and you take on the Beholder.
Yeah.
No, they have a thing! Oh god, there's chemistry!
The scariest part of the session.
24 to hit.
That hits.
Alright. Keen here. We've heard there might be some folks listening to our tale and wanted to take the time to thank you all for sharing our journey. We'd love to hear more from you, so please leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or YouTube streams. We've recently made a Discord server that functions both as a place to share thoughts about the podcast with us, as well as create a community to share your own TTRPG characters and other campaign stories. You can find the link to that, as well as our other social media at linktree/SpareTheCrying. Background music is by Marika Shans, and our intro music is by Ben McElroy. And our official art is by our very own Corey at CrowQueen on Twitter. And with that, we'll see where the wind takes us and meet you there.
But it's just gonna be 7 damage. And then second attack.
One of the hands grips onto the spear as it plunges in and just weakly slides off. Like it can't quite manage to hold.
Oh. Ooh, natural 20.
That hits.
20 points of damage.
It looks real rough.
Shoot.
Yeah. It's almost touching the ground now. Like it's been sinking further and further towards the earthen floor. Henry, it's your turn.
Very important question. How do Rowan and Kirit look?
Rowan's okay. He has those black marks up his neck that you can see, but he's still standing tall.
Kirit's looking sweaty, but not like he's severely injured.
Is he still at disadvantage? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Bonus action to use this lightning arrow spell for the attack. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Henry, you hold out your hand to shoot this spell and nothing happens.
Damn it.
Oh, it is the beholder!
Yep.
That would have been so cool!
Standing
Wait, does the arrow still shoot?
The regular arrow would still hit.
35 piercing
35.
damage.
Henry, can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Sure. 14.
Henry, you shoot this arrow, and though it doesn't crackle with electricity, it still sinks deep into its body. The remaining eyes, there are only 3 left, all turn to you as it falls with a flat to the ground, and the remaining hands all reach out towards you. And you take 51 points of force damage as that wall hits against you.
He only has 49 points of total.
Okay.
Total 49 hit points.
You see Henry collapse to the ground, just as this creature, its hands sort of forming and falling away again and forming and fall away again, try to crawl towards him, and then it stops. And doesn't move. Ox, it's your turn. The last thing you remember, you were in the middle of a battle. There was just a split second of immeasurable pain, and then you were somewhere else. Where are you, Ox? What moment of your life flashes before your eyes?
Ox thinks of being in a cave in the mountains, laughing with his sister and his best friend. He briefly thinks of his current party of Virgil, Rowan, Kirit, Kian, and Henry.
Anne reaches into the bag beside him and pulls out a impressively sized bottle of whiskey, hands it over to you. Dare you drink all of that?
The whole thing?
Whole thing.
Ox will look at it for a moment. Well, I guess if it's a dare, I'll take it.
Your eyes open. Kian is right beside you, holding an empty bottle. You feel like shit, but you're alive.
Yeah, Ox will wipe at his mouth and start to sit up. Fuck, I feel like shit.
You hear a terrible sound beside you. You're sitting ear level to this thing that's screeching from the effects of Kirit's spell.
Yeah, Ox will look over at the creature and then over at Henry.
Henry's just standing there. Same position that you left him in, pretty much. Wait, no, Henry just fucking died.
Yeah.
Henry's on the ground.
That's what I fucking thought!
Is he still half stone?
No. Henry looks like he's recovered partially,
But it's on the floor.
but he's on the floor.
Delilah is over him.
whining.
No growl, a snarl. She defend.
Ox will push himself up off the floor and using his bonus action, I'm going to have him use his second wind to regain 1d8 plus 8 HP.
Okay.
So that's an extra 14 hit points. We love 20 hit points right now.
Oh my god.
And using his action, Ox is going to basically do what Kian just did to him, to Henry, with a potion of healing. And
They're just sitting on the ground together.
Exchanging healing potions.
With this thing laughing beside you.
would you like to roll a d4 for these 2d4 plus 2 hit points?
I like this way of doing it.
2.
2. 6 hit points.
Virgil, it's your turn.
His form is still flickering. He looks almost like a vision or a spirit, and he runs sort of half through Rowan and will skid around to the other side, that creature he is fighting, and will slash down at it. First one is a 21,
Yeah, that hits.
a 18,
That hits.
15 total.
It snarls at you, does not back down. Virgil, will you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Sure. I thought we were done with this. Natural 1.
Excellent. You take 20 points of necrotic damage
Okay.
as it just turns its attention towards you and,
can have
and doesn't
that.
lash out at you.
Wait, don't Aasimar have that?
Do I resist this?
You take half of it.
Okay. He's rough, but he's still standing.
Kian, it's your turn.
Haha, 19.
That hits.
I need to hit. 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay, how do you want to do this?
Oh, he's afeared. He's kind of just blindly like slashing down at it with an intensity as he's just trying to finish it. I don't think there's any finesse. He slashes through it, and the second that it crumples, he's going to use his bonus action to try to heal. So 9 points.
Henry heals 9 points.
He doesn't even have to look. He'll just put a hand on Henry's shoulder and hopefully glowing light will just envelop him.
It does. Rowan's going to keep hacking away at the creature that's beside him, Kiert, and Virgil. It's starting to look rough as well. By a second hit, it leaves like a burn scar down its arm. It makes a sound that's almost similar to the laughter of the other one. And it's Kiert's turn.
Yeah, Carrot's gonna make a reckless attack with the spear against it. 21 to hit.
That hits.
12 damage.
How do you want to do this?
At this point, Kirit is also just kind of hacking at these things.
You and Rowan are just like
Yeah, just
wailing on it.
really ready for it to die. And he's gonna try and plunge his spear into its midsection to finish it off.
And it just falls limp at the end of your spear. Henry, last thing you remember, you were staring into the eyes of the beholder, and it kind of made you sad to see it. And then you were somewhere else. Where are you?
He finds himself in a desert oasis, not somewhere, but much smaller, quieter. And he's fairly certain that he came with other people, but at this moment, it's just him. That's what he was expecting. And he's looking specifically to meet someone, or perhaps it'd be more fitting to say something. You're familiar with how Henry got the coin that he has.
Is this before or after?
Just before.
Henry, you stand there for a long time, and it's eerily quiet. You wait long enough to start to get uncomfortably thirsty. Do you drink?
No. He's patient. He's been thinking about this for a while, and was familiar with the challenges, or at least some of them.
You wait. You wait a little longer. And then you hear from right beside you, "How can I help you?" And then someone screams. And you're back in this underground lair. Kian and Ox right beside you, each with an empty healing potion in their hands. Henry, you can still feel the coin warm, as if it knows that you were talking about it.
Yeah, can I take a look into the building where these things came from and just do a quick scan?
Rowan walks over, places a hand on your shoulder. Maybe we should make sure everyone's alright first.
Yeah, I just want to make sure we don't get snuck up on.
The door is closed.
Let's not open that. I don't think.
Yeah, how did those things come out of it, though? Yeah, I'm not touching that. He sort of sways as the, flickering effect fades and shakes it off. Is everyone okay?
Does anyone need healing?
I mean, I could do with a sit for a bit.
Yeah, I could take a rest.
Kian is going to cast Prestidigitation, and again, that slight flowery smell, bit of lavender surrounds him. Do I have advantage then for my...
Yeah.
Kian's not gonna do a bite right now, which is great.
Good job, babe.
Do either of you need anything? Looking pretty rough. Don't want us to get snuck up on, but make sure you're not gonna fall.
How does Rowan look? 'Cause he got hit pretty bad, too.
He's okay. I mean, you can still see the effects of it, but about to fall over.
Okay.
Perhaps a bit gaunt.
Henry will come to Kian and grab their shoulder, gesturing back towards the area where the levers are, with that hallway leading elsewhere.
Are you, you okay? It's been an awfully long time since you said anything.
Yeah, that's pretty unlike Henry.
He doesn't say anything, but he does have very raised eyebrows. Seems exasperated. Again, as if this should have been obvious.
Is it like a curse, do you think? Can I roll to have an idea of if remove curse would work?
Sure.
Arcana? Oh my god! 6.
Could be a curse thing. Maybe it's a side effect of the beholder.
He will just, kind of in a panic, cast remove curse.
Okay, which one? His collection?
Shit.
I mean, he's focusing on the, let him speak.
Free him.
Unleash him.
Henry, do you try to speak?
There's a one-handed shrug.
Hit.
When did this take effect? How many hours ago?
You were acting weird before the beholder fight.
Daddy,
Yes, son.
thank you. How many hours has it been since they added Kirit to the party?
Probably about 2.5, 3 hours.
Henry gives a 3 fingers, a little, what's it called, back and forth with his other hand.
Are there any other effects?
Another shrug.
What's going on? Do you have an idea?
No, Rowan also shrugs. I'm not an expert in magical effects.
Okay, otherwise though, do you feel alright? I mean, aside from, the obvious injuries.
When Virgil first asks if he feels alright, he does get a gesture from Henry to himself. It feels sarcastic.
Okay.
Then another handed shrug and
Okay, okay. Would it help maybe if you wrote it down? Can you try to do that? Virgil will pull out his sketchbook and open it to a blank page and offer a pencil.
down on the paper he writes, "Not really sure."
Do you have any idea of what exactly caused this? Is it another curse?
Perhaps the same.
Same curses he's always had.
Yeah.
Taps himself on the
his
side of the
fingers.
ribs.
Okay. How bad is it? Have you looked?
Shrug.
Okay.
I do think that we should maybe collect ourselves to a safe space.
Yeah, we can set up out here. Figure out how to get you back to Commander Umbra as soon as possible.
A nod.
Yeah, Virgil will start to just do a quick sweep of the area, make sure there's still nothing here now that the water has drained out, see if there's any, new entrances to this place that we didn't notice, and just generally start setting up for a camp.
Ox will go ahead and join Virgil.
As the rest of you sort of settle down, Rowan's gonna go up to Kirit, tap him on the shoulder. You were very helpful out there. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know what happened to me, but I appreciate your help.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to any of us, but it certainly would have been worse without your support. He's smiling. He's looking a little friendlier towards you than he did before.
Control yourselves, guys. I don't see what the big deal is.
He's a friendly guy. Come on.
Kirit smiles back wide. He's not hiding any emotion. He's very friendly.
Ox and Virgil, are you walking together or are you taking separate paths to cover more area?
We'll walk together. I like that.
We'll each make perception checks.
Yeah.
As you're walking away, Kian will send another healing dice to both of you. That's 1 for you.
Thanks, Ian.
That's 5 for you. Sorry.
I rolled a 13 in perception.
22.
Occasionally, Virgil, you see movement in the corner of your vision, but you can't quite place what it is. You'll turn to see and there'll be nothing there. Ox, you start to notice a few things flickering in the shadows that almost look like the shadows themselves until you whip your head around to see them properly. The first thing you notice is what appear to be some sort of flying insect with large wings. You actually can sort of hear them fluttering. Some sort of butterfly, moth type of insect. A lot of them are gathered around the places where the lights used to be, as if waiting for them to come back on. You see a lot of these wings piled up on the ground beneath the lights, as they've waited there until they died. As you continue to walk, you also start to see eyes, catching on what little light there is from the distant light spell that still, I assume, is being kept up with the boys. It looks like creatures with perhaps only one eye.
As they're walking, Ox will slow but continue to walk and whisper to Virgil, Did you see that?
I saw nothing, so, where? Exactly.
I think we should probably get out of here.
As you're walking the area, you'll catch them across the way in the hallway near the water. If you look out into the huge cavern with the sort of mirrored Paradise Prison compound, you can just see them sort of along the wall at the edge of your vision, watching you. You catch about 5 of them.
Okay. Not the safest place for a rest.
No way. There's those creatures sort of hiding about along the walls, little one-eyed things. And then you can sort of see him shudder a little bit. There's insects over by the torches where they should light up.
Virgil, once it's pointed out to you, you can notice them. They're just a faint flicker of movement in the dark. They blend in with the walls.
How big are they? Do they look like they might pose any sort of threat?
They're about hand-sized.
Ooh. Well, I hesitate to go opening any more doors in here, but out in the open is not safe, clearly.
What's the smallest building in Paradise Prison that he could think of?
Hate to break it to you, but it's the building you were just trying to enter.
Yeah.
The welcome building, basically. The welcome lobby. The guest house.
That glance that I got when we first opened the door, did he happen to see any other signs of movement?
I think you just saw the big globby guy.
Okay. I mean, if we can make sure that building is clear and hold up in there for some time, that I think might be better.
I agree.
Virgil will head back over to the group. Those things are pretty much milling about everywhere here. So if we can make sure that this building is safe, we might be better off inside.
Would you like me to scout it out?
Yeah, can we see if there's any windows?
There are no
Yes, sir.
windows.
I'm just worried if we, I don't know, wake something up. Something big like that before.
Yeah, that is not the goal here, but if we stay out here, we might get shredded.
Shall we go in?
Let's go.
See if we have any other unwelcome visitors in here, shall we? Who's gonna check the door? Oh, are you doing it?
I just feel like I should make another check.
Oh, for biting.
It's been a minute.
Oh, you're not keeping any distance?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ox has started walking pretty close to you. He's kind of twitchy, especially close to any of the sconces on the wall. His ears sort of twitch and he looks extra anxious.
And more of them are piling up at the base as time passes.
Of the
bugs.
Of the moths.
This seems fine. I'm gonna go and just listen at the door and see if I can crack it open just a bit and get a peek.
It doesn't move when you push it.
Huh, normal. Can he try pulling the door? Maybe it's a pull door.
Roll a strength check.
every D&D party's worst nightmare.
Doors! 15.
It doesn't move.
Seeing that, can Carrot go try to assist?
Yeah.
No, 15 again.
Well, I mean, if we get up on top, that might be a place to rest. Well, if the door doesn't open...
I think we could try a bit harder to open a door. Kian's
Okay, do you want to give it a try, Kian?
an 8.
Kian's like feet skid on the ground. That's to open it.
Yeah, not so easy, is it?
Can I try and investigate to see why the door isn't opening or how it would
Yeah.
normally open?
It's locked.
Is there like a doorknob or anything, or is it just a slab?
It's just a slab.
That's a dirty 20.
You don't detect any presences, or if that's what you're...
Something under the door that's...
Does it slide?
Yeah.
Is there something physically barring
There's
it?
another beholder on the other side just holding it closed.
I'm changing!
When you look along the bottom of the door, like the slight sort of crack does look like there is something against the door.
It looks like something's barring the door or pressed up against the inside.
Like furniture or like a creature?
It's not moving.
Perhaps furniture?
We're outdone.
We could all try to
Open it together?
Rowan is looking at you all like
Yeah. Yeah.
he looks disturbingly like Henry as
Yeah.
he looks to you all.
Don't look at us
with
like that.
desperation.
Fucking Commander Sterling is looking at us like we're children.
Exactly.
Looking
You
at
should try harder to open the door.
God.
with Henry standing next to him, arms crossed, sort of like, yeah, uh-huh. And two of them.
Something they can agree on.
Yeah.
So, do you want to come over and help?
Yeah.
Welcome to join.
What'd you get?
12.
Natural 1.
19.
19.
7.
7. Okay.
Rowan, please.
Fox is feeling maybe a little dizzy, and there's like a bunch of hot, sweaty men around him.
Yeah, he's a little out of it still. He just died.
15.
15. You see more of these insects flocking to the extinguished lights and falling to the ground. You can occasionally catch a rare glimpse of the reflection in an eye. When you do see them, which you don't see them very often, but when you do, they also seem to be around these sconces, but their attentions are turning towards you and the rest of the group. It takes a good amount of work for you all to open this door. Kian's feet were scrabbling against the ground. Virgil, you actually fall over in the attempts to push it. But after a good hot and sweaty 3 minutes or so, it starts to move.
That's humiliating.
A loud scraping sound as you just manage to push it open wide enough for you all to squeeze through.
Everybody in right now.
Yeah, we squeeze in.
Yeah. Rowan waits behind. Henry looks to you and gestures for you to come in.
He'll go in.
Rowan follows, closes the door. You see a bookshelf now a few inches away from the door, and you're in a room full of books.
Is it the only room in this building?
No.
Is there a door or an entryway to another?
You see a hallway.
Can we scoot one of the bookshelves in front of it?
You want to push the bookshelf just back to where it was.
In front of the hallway.
In front of the hallway.
Yeah.
And also maybe the door.
Yeah,
Both,
another
both,
one
both
in front of
are
the
now.
door. Just barricade.
It's not too hard to push one back in front of the door because it's already very close. But these are heavy bookshelves.
Don't make me do this.
Roll.
Yeah?
I'll help.
Are we all helping?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to use the primeval awareness outside of combat?
I don't see
Yeah.
why not.
You can use a spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you.
Yes. At first, you feel the presence of something, maybe undead or aberration, I should say, which makes sense. You just fought the humanoid, single-eyed creatures. And then there's something else. I'm gonna have you roll an Arcana check.
9.
There's something else. You can detect it, but you can't tell what it is. What'd you guys roll for your strength?
Virgil clearly isn't doing so hot after this fight. He rolled a 6.
6.
4.
17.
10.
So, at 23, Rowan clearly does a significant amount of the work. At one point, halfway across, he pauses and he's like, I think I can do this if you want to sit down.
Yeah, all right.
There's a small smile on his face, but you can also see some concern. Genuine concern.
Yeah, Virgil will go and just sort of sit heavier than he meant to, somewhere, like against a wall.
You sure it's not helping even a little?
I mean, it is, but it was an exhausting fight.
Keen will stay.
Ox will take a step back and remove himself, but still watch.
Just supervise.
Fucking
Yeah, he's
slut.
facilitating this.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a few more minutes of work. You get it across the hallway, and it covers it. He turns around. All in a good day's work.
Yeah, Keen looks exhausted. Goes and finds a place to sit against a wall and just kind of heavily sighs. Do you think we're safe in here?
Safer, I think. But let's maybe try and keep it down in case there's something else in here.
I don't think those things outside are the problem. I think it's whatever moved that bookcase.
Yeah, while we're in here, can I take a glance? I mean, we did just disturb a lot of the dust and stuff, but can I try and get an idea of if something else was moving around? Like if they left a track or anything?
There's no dust.
That's weird. Maybe have a housekeeper.
If Ox starts picking up some books and looking at them, is there any water damage?
Also, like, if there's just a similarity in the types of books, or if
Yeah.
it's...
Yeah.
There's no water damage. They are all in Celestial.
Oh. Is there an erotica section?
If they're all in Celestial, is there a similarity in types of books?
There are some books that are light reading. Roll investigation.
Can I also?
Yeah.
Since I can read the spines.
Nat 20!
9.
9.
Can Kirit cast comprehend languages and also give it a go?
Yeah.
He has to touch all the books.
Yeah.
Technically to do that. Investigation?
Mhm.
It's just a 9.
Wow. Wait,
Wow.
did you all roll 9?
They all
except for-
rolled 9s.
Yep.
It's an archaic celestial. You can read it, and it is understandable if you really sort of put your mind to it. It's kind of like reading, I don't know, maybe I'm kind of stupid, but it's kind of like reading Shakespeare, where it's like if you read it, you know what it says, but you also have to actually like think about it to get there. They do mostly seem to be about the celestial plane and interplanar studies. Arcana mostly focused on celestial history and magic. And Kian, as you're searching among these, you find a book about vampires. It is the only one that you find in this sort of general shelf closer to the door, while the others peruse almost incomprehensible tones. And then as you go further into the room a little bit back, you start to find a few more.
He would have grabbed the first one. When he sees the second one, he'll add it to the pile with a bit of confusion, and then he'll put both of those down and just start, like, scanning.
You find some star charts. You also find some maps of the continent that have lines and dots across them that seem to mirror the star charts.
He will collect anything of interest and put it in front of him, and
Also, there would be some like tables and chairs. And you find one of these tables has like some drawers, some like thin drawers beneath it. And when you open these drawers, you find these maps and these star charts. You also find some diagrams of this compound and a diagram of the tunnels that you just left, the drains, the levers, and that alcove that is labeled mirror. The top of this diagram in Celestial says light system.
One, we've already discussed that Keen does have a hard time reading.
Dyslexic.
Yeah. Do I need to, if I don't want to take a super long time, cast Comprehend Languages to do some reading? Can't be reading if I'm rested?
I think I would let you do like light reading and rest, but this sort of intensive studying that this would require, I would either make it take a long time or it would not count as a short rest.
Keen finds, as he's like leaned against this wall, notices the book on vampires, collects it, starts like frantic, just kind of looking around the room and noticing everything's in Celestial. And when he finds the maps, they will kind of call everybody over. This is actually maybe helpful.
Light system?
When we turned it just for a second, all the lights came on, right? With the water?
Is there anywhere on this specific diagram where it's like operating system, or is it just those two levers?
It's the two levers, the two drains, the things that are marked.
Yeah.
The two levers, the two drains, the mirror. There's an arrow pointing to swing around the mirror towards the square in the wall that you saw last time at a very precise angle. There's also a sort of blue squiggly line flowing in through one and out towards the other.
When we saw the broken mirror, were all the shards there?
No.
So some were missing.
Yes, a lot of them have been washed out of the drain.
And Ox still has a shard in his pocket.
You have a little mirror, don't you, Kian? A small one?
Yeah, I've got one.
Is that the only one we have amongst us? I could maybe mend what we have of the mirror, and maybe yours can help compensate. But for now, let's maybe just catch our breath.
Yeah.
Do we want the lights on?
Well, I'm thinking if those things are anything like the moths, they might be drawn to light. Might distract them.
Good point.
If this is a recent problem too, maybe since this whole place got, bad.
Corrupted?
That's it.
It's been an exhausting day.
It's a little rough. Maybe that was what was keeping them away when people were here.
Yeah, maybe. Can I look a little bit closer at the books and this diagram and see if I can get an idea of how old they are? Like how much wear and tear is on the paper?
Yeah. Roll a investigation?
How common is Celestial?
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was about to ask.
Not terribly common.
Yeah, so like
Well, it's not
this
common.
is yeah, no. So it's weird to find a library full.
Yes.
Would I know, like, the common languages they speak in Freya?
Common.
Yeah, but, like, is there any other, like, strong, like, population
Sylvan.
of, like... Okay.
Sylvan would be pretty common.
Okay.
Not celestial.
I rolled a 15 for paper.
The paper itself seems like a different material for modern paper.
Like vellum?
Yeah, it's like a vellum, but it's in pretty good condition. So it's hard to age it.
This is weird.
Kian, you hear a voice. I'm going back to the winds. Just keep doing what you're doing. I think I'll be there soon. It's Ophelia.
He looks very distracted for a second as he closes his eyes to listen and like puts a hand up to his ear. Actually, there's a lot of things going on that
You all watch as Kian starts to count with his fingers.
you all need to know. Message me again soon. Fuck, I have 5 more words.
Love you.
Bye.
Group posing as winds in Northeast? I think Northeast doesn't send. He's not very smart.
Pretty much immediately. Explain. That's it.
Group overtook train using wind's symbol. related to Scarlet somehow. I don't know.
You don't hear anything back. You bring your tensions back into the room. Rowan is staring at you questioningly.
Sorry. Important message. He looks around the room for a second. I was just about to say, actually, that I had a weird dream during that fight.
You just sort of collapsed. What did you see?
I'm not sure, but I think it might have been Iliakos or just a Kieran.
A keyring?
Those are not common, yeah?
No. I'm wondering maybe if I should go to sleep.
Well, I don't know. Did it seem unhappy with you?
I don't know, it's kind of hard to read a creature. I also woke up right before I could speak with it really. He was just large and watching. I think it felt bad necessarily, but I don't know if it felt good either.
It could have been the Beholder playing tricks.
I was wondering if it would be a bad idea if I took a little nap.
You are their child, aren't you?
I guess so.
They never reached out before?
No. They never really answered either.
Perhaps it is worth a try.
Yeah, we're here for the next little while anyway. And we can wake you if it seems like you're not having the best time in there.
It just seems like maybe we're in the right sort of place for it.
Yeah, let me see if I can make a bit more sense of this. He will take the diagram and just sit with it for a bit. He will take Kian's mirror if it is offered up. Well, who wants to stay? And who wants to go out and potentially get ambushed?
Are you sure? Don't we all want to stay here and rest, though?
I was thinking we should try to get moving as soon as possible.
Yeah, but we're all pretty hurt. This is the whole point of making this spot here, right?
Yeah, I need at least a short rest before I'm in shape to do much of anything.
Just a half an hour, right?
Rowan nods. He just falls silent. He doesn't protest.
Yeah, Virgil he looks like he was about to get up and he'll just sink back against the wall.
Henry will join Virgil by taking a seat with he and Delilah.
Kirit will sit on Henry's other side. You lot are more interesting than I anticipated when I first met you.
Henry gives Kirit a half shoulder shrug, little smile, a bit of a nod.
Kirit will nod back and just welcome the silence.
Delilah walks up to you, Henry, and nudges your shoulder.
Henry will reach up to pet her.
She happily wags her tail, lets you give her a pet, and then nudges your shoulder again. And again.
Henry will stand up.
Has the mark expanded?
She lets out a tiny little woof, looking at Henry.
Henry will make the same sort of gesture that he usually would when asking her, where are we going now, which is the looking down at her, hands on hips.
She nudges Henry's hip and goes, woof.
Can you speak to her, or...?
Well, I'm not sure if any attempt is going to have much of an effect.
And for the first time in hours, the longest that you've gone without hearing Henry's voice while conscious, you hear him speak. And that is where we'll end our session for tonight.
That would be really funny if Delilah started speaking.
The shoulder is the mute button.
What the fucky?
What's wrong with Henry?
Her eye was on the sparrow. Her mind was on the deaf. But no one cared and no one dared to speak to her of God. Her eyes are she's hooded. Her claws are sharp as steel. We teach her not to see too much. Teach her not to feel.
We get 2 death save snippets. And I mean possibly a third. Anything could happen, I'm low.
What?
And possibly a third. I'm
Anything?
really low.
Oh, you're.
Anything can happen.
I was like, Lowe's not here.
Yeah.
Low.
I wish he was.
I don't wish that for him, actually.
I mean, maybe they're out here.
Low's omniscient.